Anelise was only 7 years old when her mother and father and her mother left with her to live on her own. Anelise didn't understand anything at the time. But as she grew up, she discovered the truth about her father. And it didn't take much to build a grudge against him. Growing up, Anelise witnessed her mother's depression. She would overhear heated conversations over the phone. Her mother would cry hours after hours, and all of this only made Anelise hate her father more. Anelise had been living with her mother in a small apartment in New York ever since they left her father's home in Florida. Anelise attended college in New York, and although she wanted to move out with her boyfriend and live a life of her own, she chose to stay with her lonely mother. After her mother passed away, Anelise and her boyfriend moved in together and were looking forward to finishing their studies and starting a career. Anelise was going through a tough time in her life when she met Eric. She didn't trust men. She felt all men were the same, and if she would let a man into her life, he was sure to take advantage of her vulnerability. But Eric was different. Eric hadn't approached Anelise with thoughts of having a relationship with her. But as the friendship progressed, the two bonded over many things and fell deeply in love. Anelise trusted Eric, and Eric always kept Anelise's trust.
Hello, is this Anelise Swift?
Yes, this is she. Who is speaking?
This is William Swift. I'm Edward Swift's son.
I see. So, how can I help you?
Our father has passed away, and he wanted us to send news to his ex-wife, but I wasn't able to reach her. My mother would appreciate, and I'm sure our father would have liked that you would be there at his funeral.
I can't say anything for sure. I'm quite busy right now. Perhaps we could speak some other time. Anelise didn't know how to feel. Her father was no more. Anelise remembered when her mother passed away. She was all alone at her mother's funeral. There was no one who could sit by her side and share her grief. Her father didn't know. He didn't even care to keep in touch. And now Anelise is determined. There's no way she's going to her father's funeral. He doesn't deserve her presence. But when Eric came to know of the incident, he disliked that Anelise wouldn't go. Anelise, he's your father after all. I think you should go. No, Eric. He wasn't a good man. He left my mother when I was just 7. All he cared about was his other wife, and today, so let those people stand by him at his funeral. He doesn't need me there. He never did. No, Anelise, this isn't right. As his first child, you should be there. Eric managed to convince Anelise to attend her father's funeral. And the next day, they set off on a road trip to Miami, where Anelise had spent her early childhood. When the two got there, they met Jennifer Swift and her son William Swift, her stepmother and stepbrother. Jennifer was about 15 years younger than her father. She still looked quite young for her age. I'm Anelise Swift. Oh, you don't need to introduce yourself, dear. We know you very well. Your father used to mention you very often. I can't believe he's not among us anymore. Where's your mother? My mother passed away many years ago. She didn't want me to send news to my father, so I hadn't called to let you guys know. I'm so sorry for your loss, Anelise. I know you have some strong feelings against me and your father, but it's been long. We should move past these issues and be a family. After a while of conversing with her stepmother, Jennifer soon started to break down and wept continuously. She explained to Anelise how her father hadn't left anything for them. Anelise had a hard time believing that her father wouldn't leave anything for his family, the family that he left her mother for. But she went along with her stepmother's drama. Eric got to know Annelise's stepbrother, who also spoke on the same matter. He was quite upset and disappointed that his father hadn't left him anything. He had absolutely no inheritance. Anelise and Eric attended the funeral, and after staying 2 days at a hotel, they returned to New York. But soon after they returned, they noticed something strange at their apartment. They had only been gone for 2 days, and it seemed as if spiders had managed to web up the place. The next weekend, Anelise and Eric spent the day cleaning out the spider webs and getting rid of the spiders. Eric, I'm not touching any of this, you clean it. I'll take out the garbage for you, but I'm not touching any spiders. Get it away from me, I hate spiders. Alright, I'll clean it for you, but this is so weird. Do spiders do this? Were we gone for that long? I have no clue, Eric. It was 2 days. This is indeed strange. By the end of the day, Anelise and Eric was exhausted. But they finally managed to get rid of the spiders. But when they woke up the next morning, Anelise saw a few more spiders roaming around, climbing her walls, walking across her mirror, inside her wardrobe. The couple brought home some pest control spray and tried to take care of the situation inside their home. But for some reason, the spiders kept on increasing. Anelise, I think we need to call in an exterminator or something. I don't know what you're going to do, but get these spiders away from me. One night, Anelise woke up to a horrible nightmare. She was sweating and anxious as if she had seen a ghost. For the first few nights, she disregarded the dreams and tried to go to sleep. But one night, Anelise woke up terrified. What's wrong, Anelise? I had a horrible dream. I saw something. It was my father. He was standing there looking at me. His whole body was covered in spiders. They were crawling all over him. Anelise, you need to calm down. I know why this is happening. Don't pay heed to any of this. You still have these thoughts in the back of your mind. That's why you're seeing these nightmares. You've been going through a trauma after your father passed away. Then with all these spiders everywhere, it's actually pretty normal to see what you saw. You need to stop stressing. Try to sleep. Anelise had an odd feeling about the dream she saw. It felt as if everything unusual was happening around her for a reason. Now, Eric, this dream must have some sort of meaning. Over the next few days, Anelise's apartment was literally covered with spiders everywhere, in every nook and cranny. Wherever she would step, she would see a spider crawling by her feet. These spiders have become a nuisance. It's like the spiders own this house. This has become a spider's house. Anelise looked around at the spiders. Suddenly, the look on her face changed. He turned to Eric and asked, "Wait, what did you say? Spider's house?" "Yeah, why?" "Eric, call up a lawyer and get the police. We need to go to my father's house." "What? Why?" "You'll see." And the two, accompanied with their lawyer, reached the Swift residence. Jennifer opened the door. "Anelise, what brings you here?" "Jennifer, did my father leave behind a will?" "No. I told you Edward didn't leave anything for us." Anelise entered the house with the lawyer as the police arrived on the spot. "Why are the police here? What is going on?" Jennifer demanded. Just then, William came out. "What is this? Who are these people? Why are the police here?" Jennifer loudly said, "This girl thinks we're hiding her father's will from her." William smirked. "Looks like someone is here to cause trouble. If you think we're hiding it, the house is open to you. Find it if you can." Anelise looked around the house until her eyes spotted a showcase in the living room. She opened the glass and took out a display case of spider specimens from the top shelf. She began taking it apart when Jessica yelled out, "What are you doing? You'll ruin it. This is one of Edward's memories." Just then, Anelise uncovered under the specimen board some papers. It was a letter from her father, written to her, and attached to it were property papers of the house that stated she was the only inheritor to Edward Swift's property. "Dear Anelise, forgive me for not being there for you and your mother. I know what I did wasn't fair to her, and I've regretted it my whole life. When your stepmother became pregnant, there wasn't anything else I could do. Just as you're my child, William is also my child. I know your mother couldn't forgive me. She wouldn't communicate with me after that day. I tried to reach out to her, but I couldn't. I know this doesn't make up for my faults, but I want you to be inheritor of this house. Where you were born, where I walked sleepless nights with you, trying to put you to bed. Where you held my finger and learned to walk. Where you used to search for spiders in the attic. Take care, my child. From your father, Edward Swift. Eric took the papers from Anelise and began reading them. Eric, my father left this house for me. Eric smiled. But why spiders? Anelise, look over here. Let me tell you the names of all these spiders. This is a wolf spider. This one is a huntsman spider. This one is a white-tailed spider. Daddy, why do spiders make webs? Well, they use their web to catch their food. That's so silly. How do they do that? Well, now that's a long story. Let's just say a spider's web is like a spider's house. When will I have my house, Daddy? How about you can have my house when you grow up? I remember when I was young, I used to visit him in his study and look through all the diagrams and sketches he used to make. I was quite interested in his work and I often used to hang around him. It was one day while I was with him there, he took out these spider specimens and began showing me. He used to research and study spiders and other arachnids. My father was an arachnologist.
If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends and family.
It was the perfect Valentine's surprise. Jonathan brought Madeline to her favorite restaurant. They had a wonderful dinner. And now, Madeline, will you marry me? Jonathan and Madeline have been together since senior year of college. And they've been going strong for 4 years. They truly loved each other. In fact, all their friends were simply waiting for the day they'd decide to tie the knot. It was no surprise. John, before we get married, I want you to meet my dad. He actually invited me over this weekend. It would be the perfect occasion to meet together. You think he'll like me? Of course. He's not going to turn me down. Madeline and her family lived in upstate Wilkins throughout her whole childhood. Her mother passed away when she was only 3, and Madeline was raised by her single father. It took about 6 hours for Jonathan and Madeline to reach her father's cabin Friday evening. It's so beautiful here. Dad and I used to spend a lot of time by that lake. He actually named me after it, Lake Madeline. Dad! Maddie, my little girl. Who's this? This is Jonathan, my fiancé. To Jonathan's surprise, Mr. Collins was more than happy hearing the news. After a warm welcome that night, He prepared a campfire outside of the cabin, and they sat out in the brightness of the fire, surrounded by the pitch-dark woods. Isn't this the perfect time for spooky stories, Madeline? Yes, Dad. Madeline loves to hear scary stories by the campfire. She's 25, but the stories still creep her out like when she was 12. Dad, this time I'll tell the stories. It's the legend of Wilkins. The same old story? What is it? I've never heard it. Well, it's about a 10-minute hike from here. There's an old broken-down house out in the middle of nowhere, tucked away right off a narrow road. Tucked away. A long time ago, a rich man lived there. His family owned hundreds of acres of land around there. That man met a simple country girl, and they fell in love. But the man's family disapproved of their relationship, but he didn't pay heed to what his parents said, and he went out and built a small cabin on the middle of nowhere on a portion of their land. He married the girl, and both lived in that house, and their marriage was happy and wonderful. Soon they had a daughter, and eventually, after a few years, they had a son as well. But this was where the whole picture-perfect scene started to go downhill. There was something strange about their son. He had an erratic sleeping pattern. He would often throw temper tantrums. And sometimes he would just go missing for days until his parents would find him living out in the woods. The man was concerned and worried for his son. He didn't know what to do. So, he turned to his family for help. The grandparents took the little boy away and sent him to a special facility. About 8 years later, the boy, then a teen, managed to escape from the facility. He was all alone in the wilderness for days. His family was worried sick. They didn't know if he was alive. The boy, however, wasn't dead. Roaming through the woods, he finally found his way back home. After 8 years, he stepped back into his house on a deep, dark night. That night, he slaughtered his entire family, satisfied his heart after that 8 years of agony. He left the cabin with blood still dripping from his axe and disappeared once again into the woods. A few days later, the remains of his family were discovered, and there was an uproar among the townsfolk. Everyone was horrified. The police were informed, and they vigilantly searched for the boy in every inch and crack of the deep woods. To this day, he has never been found. Since then, every year, around the time for harvest, people have started to go missing. Those people would never be found. But what would be found in their place, every time, was a poorly tied yarn doll. People started hanging yarn dolls in front of their doors for protection, believing if the boy sees those dolls, he will leave in peace. But you guys really don't buy it, do you? Well, Dad doesn't believe it for sure, but I really can't say. Wait a minute. Is that a yarn doll on the door? You too, Madeline? Of course. What if it is true? There's no harm in staying prepared. I guess not. But that's not where it ends though. People apparently say that the cabin is still haunted with the souls of the murdered family members. And if you go there in the darkness of the night, you can hear their screams. Then maybe we should give it a try. What? No way. You're a daring young lad. After a fun night, everyone had dinner and headed in for the night. The next morning, Madeline's father was up early as usual. He had prepared breakfast for the couple and went out for a swim at the lake. So, what do you want to do today? Hike? You want to go to the haunted cabin? Absolutely not. What's the problem? It's bright day out. And I'm with you. Convincing Madeline, the couple headed out and drove to the spot where the broken down cabin still stood. Madeline had goosebumps the minute she stepped out of the car. There was an eerie presence in the old cabin. The wooden panels were all creaking. Every corner of the house was covered in spider webs and dust. The couple peeked through the house, sifting through the rubble and dirt. As they walked around, Madeline spotted something half buried in the dirt. It was a book. Jonathan, look, what is this? Jonathan dug it out and opened it up. Both stared at the yellow, torn-up pages. Looks like a diary. Yeah, maybe it's his diary. Who? The psycho murderer. Stop it, Jonathan. Madeline grabbed the book from Jonathan's hand and began reading it. There's a dedication on the inside of the cover. To my family, and who will always be with me. The first entry. January 7th, 1966. It's hard to breathe here, but I just have to hold it in for some time. It's cold and it's dark, but what feels good is the medication is finally wearing off. I can finally start seeing everything the way it really is. I'm finally free from this jail, from these torturers. I can hear their footsteps. Sometimes they pass by me, and sometimes they come too close. It makes my heart beat so fast, I'm afraid they might hear me. The second entry. January 12th, 1966. I'm all alone now. I have no family, no one to care for me. But then again, I've always been alone. They never cared for me. They never loved me. And if they can't love me, they have to go. Sweet dreams for everyone. They're all down now. My sister's voice is finally wearing out. Soon, they'll all be off to eternal sleep. The third entry. February 10th, 1966. I think they finally stopped looking for me now. I've been staying out in the woods. Sometimes I chase down the animals here and them to sleep like Mom, Dad, and Sis. I still go back to the old house. No one screams at me anymore. The fourth entry. July 18th, 1971. I've left the woods. I moved to a nearby town. It's not far from home. Nobody knows me here. I hear people sharing my story. They're all scared of me. Kind of makes me laugh inside. Still come to the old house to spend some nights. I think Mom and Dad are finally proud of me. The fifth entry. September 25th, 1980. Life has gotten much better. I got a job. I bought my own house. And even better news, I met someone. She's nice to me. I brought her to the old house. She likes it. I think I'll marry her soon. The sixth entry. June 9th, 1983. Today is the best day of my life. I have a baby girl now. Mom and Dad are finally grandparents. My wife, however, isn't doing so well. Maybe she'll go to sleep soon. It's hard for her. The seventh entry. March 22nd, 1996. I'm so proud of my daughter. She's nothing like me. She doesn't have the problems I do. She's much smarter. She has a lot of friends at school. I take her to the lake often. She likes spending time with me there. I named her after the lake. Madeline. Madeline froze. She stood with Jonathan, absolutely stunned. Madeline? What is this? Is this some sort of joke, Jonathan? This isn't funny. And it's definitely not true. Just then, they heard the crackle of dry leaves and twigs behind them. They turned to see Madeline's father standing there. Tears running down his cheeks, and in his hand, a dirty, rusted axe. Dad? That wasn't for you to read, child. But now that you have, there is no way out of it. You have to go to sleep. Don't worry, Madeline. You hold a great place in my memory. Sweet dreams forever. Sweet dreams forever. We'll always be together. You're in a safe place now. My precious, hidden treasure.
If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends and family.
You've come a long way, Aaron. What are your plans for the future? I was thinking about visiting the family house in Hawaii, Aunt Laura. Maybe it's time I sell the property. Invest the money on something. Aunt Laura, she is everything for Aaron. Aaron's mother passed away when he was a baby, and after his father passed away when he was just a toddler. It had been her who looked after him. Aunt Laura was a kind and loving guardian to Aaron. She tried to give him a good brought-up. And now Aaron worked as an architect at a construction corporation. He lived with his girlfriend Ava in an apartment in New York. Aaron had been planning to make some arrangements for his father's house in Hawaii. When Ava heard the news, she was eager to go with Aaron, but, of course, on vacation to the islands. Aaron went to his boss's office to request a few days off from work. I was planning to go to Hawaii to sell my father's property in Kauai. I'll need a few days off. Alright, I'll think about it. Wait, where did you say? Kauai? Aaron gave the address of the property. His boss nodded. Just what I thought. This is a great location. You can invest the money on building a hotel there. You'd make a lot of money. That sounds great. Wait, Aaron, hold on. Before you leave, could you just sign this contract on your next assignment? I need your affirmation before I start on this new project. I hope you'll be back on time. Aaron was thrilled when he got a week's leave from work and new assignments waiting for him right after he got back. When news got out at the firm, one of Aaron's co-workers, Mr. Alton, requested to go with Aaron to Kauai. He intended to buy a beach house in the area himself, and this seemed like a good opportunity. Aaron, Ava, and Mr. Alton took a flight the following week. Aaron had checked the weather before arriving. It was supposed to be around 90 degrees Fahrenheit the whole week. But to his luck, when Aaron stepped out of the airport, a calm, refreshing breeze hit him. The skies were cloudy, and the weather was cool. Wow, this is odd. I've never seen such a drastic change in weather. I was prepared for the hot sun from the moment we started packing for this trip. The atmosphere was lovely and things were going great. Just until Aaron nearly got into an accident just a distance from the house. A careless truck driver had been driving down the road. He didn't notice Aaron in the way. It was such a close call. Strangely, however, at the last moment, the truck suddenly swerved out of control and crashed into the trees. Aaron had escaped a horrible fate. The driver rushed out of the vehicle. "Are you okay?" "It was all so sudden. I froze on the spot. I thought I would crash into you. I don't know how the truck suddenly took a turn. It was a miracle." Just then, an elderly woman rushed down the road with her cane. She was out of breath by the time she reached Aaron. Aaron was surprised when she cried out in joy. "Aaron, is that you? My dear child, I knew you would come back one day. You've grown so much. I'm sorry I haven't recognized you." Just then, she pulled Aaron towards the house. Ava and Mr. Alton followed. The elderly woman invited everyone inside. "I'm the housekeeper. You were young when you left this house. You've forgotten everything, haven't you? You must all be tired. Dinner will be ready soon. Take your time. We aren't in a hurry. We're planning to stay for a few days, miss." Luna, that's what you used to call me when you were a toddler. After a long chat with Luna, Aaron came to know a lot about his childhood and his father. Aunt Laura had always criticized Aaron's father. She said he was so stubborn and outdated. He never wanted to leave home in Hawaii. He had an unusual bond with the island and its people. Luna had much more to say. After your mother passed away, I was the one to take care of you day and night. Those memories all bring tears to my eyes. My little child has grown up. Your father rarely had any time to be at home. He was an archaeologist, always busy with work, but he was an incredible man, kind-hearted and generous. He spent all his time in trying to preserve the native culture of Hawaii, the monuments, temples, and sacred grounds of our ancestors. He fought for the rights of the native people here, and everyone cherished his hard work. Your father was a hero to us, to our native community. Over the next few days, Ava and Aaron traveled around the island. Ava had been suntanning on the beach in the mornings and got a sunburn. But as unusual as it was, whenever Aaron went outside, a cool, relaxing breeze would suddenly fill the air, and the clouds would shade the area. You've got some luck, Aaron. Every time I go out with you, the weather suddenly gets better. It's unbelievable. It is blessing from the spirits. Some people just have a bond with the nature, Ava. I sensed the sacred aura around Aaron the minute I saw him. Aaron and Ava were enjoying their visit. Mr. Alton, however, was nowhere to be seen. He woke up every morning and left the house with his briefcase. When asked, he informed everyone he was busy with some work. He was checking out a few other properties in the area. Aaron and Ava spent the evenings walking along the shore. Ava, do you hear that? I've been hearing that noise the past few nights. What is that? I don't hear anything. You don't? Really? The faint noise of drums pounding? There's a hum in the air. It's late, Aaron. There's no one here. And I don't hear anything but the waves. Aaron couldn't ignore the noises he heard. They were clear. And Aaron had no doubts about them. He had been hearing them ever since he reached the house here. Sometimes, he even heard the crackling of fire burning nearby. One night, Ava mentioned the sounds Aaron was hearing to Luna. Luna, do you hear any drums beating? Aaron has been complaining ever since he got here. Luna laughed and said, does he also hear the cheerful humming tunes? Aaron and Ava were shocked. How did you know? Luna patted Aaron's back. Don't worry about it. It's a good sign. No matter how much Aaron insisted, Luna only gave a laugh and didn't explain anything to him. All she whispered was, it's the spirits of the night. Ava was a bit frightened by Luna's reaction, so much so that she stopped going to the shore with Aaron every evening. next day, Mr. Alton stayed home the whole day. He requested Aaron to show him around the property. "Mr. Alton, I know I brought you here to make a deal on the property, but I'm not sure I want to sell the house anymore. Luna lives here and the locals seem to have deep respect for the house." I see. Aaron noticed Mr. Alton was very disappointed at what he said. Later that afternoon, Mr. Alton went out to receive a phone call. In the evening, Aaron tried to convince Ava to take a walk with him to the shore, but she would rather stay home with Luna. That was when Mr. Alton returned and offered his company. He and Aaron headed towards the shore. "Let's go to the cliffside. The view is amazing." As soon as they reached the cliff, it began to thunder, and the skies became dark. Huge waves were crashing onto the cliff. Mr. Alton was enjoying the weather. But after a while, Aaron started to become a little concerned. The water seemed to be increasing at a rapid rate. "Mr. Alton, I think we should head back. It doesn't seem safe here." "Are you afraid of the Hawaiian spirits also? I've been hearing a lot of ridiculous legends around this area. They say dangerous spirits lurk on the shores of the island. These people need a change. Take their heads out of the sand." Suddenly, the two held their ears to a loud boom of thunder. Within seconds, Aaron and Mr. Alton were looking up at a gigantic wave that hovered above their heads. It would be seconds before the waves would pull them into the sea. Suddenly, Mr. Alton yelled out, "Aaron, help! Something's pulling me!" Right before his eyes, a huge wave launched Mr. Alton into the ocean. But Aaron was stunned to find the waves only surrounded him and encircled him. He was left untouched, unharmed, and completely dry. Suddenly, he heard the drums pounding loudly, the humming voices. He felt the warmth of a burning fire as the ground lit with the orange light. It was unreal. The weather had suddenly changed. Aaron looked at the clear skies and the gentle waves. He was amazed and terrified at the same time. Ava rushed to the beach. Luna struggled to follow with her cane. They found Aaron in a panic state. Aaron told them what had happened. Luna's eyes widened. "They protected you, as they used to protect your father. The spirits of the ancient warriors. They dedicated their lives in safeguarding the islanders from all harm for eternity. Your father was a savior for the natives. He earned their trust and their protection with his work. He used to tell me about the same noises, the drums, the warmth of the fire. Don't be afraid, Aaron. It's a blessing. Only the sacred members of the community have been able to witness. Have you not seen, ever since you've been here, no harm has been able to touch you? The accidents, the weather. It's more than a miracle, Aaron. It's the presence of the guardians watching over you." Aaron didn't know what to believe, but he knew he had experienced something out of this world. Could it have been the Hawaiian spirits? The police were soon informed about the tragic accident. Ava and Aaron couldn't get their heads around what happened that night. Luna sighed. The warrior spirits only take away the evil souls with them. If your companion was taken away, perhaps it was for the best. Aaron's changed his mind on the deal. He won't sell the house. Did I send you there on vacation? If Aaron won't sell the property, get rid of him. I've got his signature with me. It won't be an issue to make some fake papers. I have people who can get it done, but make sure you make it look like an accident. We've got our lawyers. We'll be fine. I need that property, and if you can get it for me, I'll make you in charge of the construction project I planned there. This hotel will make millions. All right, I'll see what I can do. Help! Something's pulling me.
If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends and family.